Hello, my name is rämsoona and today we are ranking all the DREDGE Aberrations based on the fact would I eat them. Now here's a good reminder. I'm a vegetarian and the only fish I used to eat was salmon, and I'm also a picky eater. So of course I'm the person who should be doing this ranking, naturally. Anyways, I'm looking at the DREDGE wiki to see the definitions and the names of the fish, and I'm also doing this in Canva because I didn't like the other platforms and I don't have Photoshop, so we work what we have. Gross warning, some of the fishes can be a bit gross, and also spoiler warning, you know, because these are aberrations of the fishes in DREDGE, even though the game has been out for a while. But even though I have played almost 20 hours of it, I still haven't found all of them yet, so this is also a spoiler for me, but I don't mind it. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Oh yeah, and also the rankings that we have, of course, in S tier, so fucking yummy. I would eat that shit right away, you know. Then we have it's okay, like it's not that good, but it's like eatable, you know. Then it's like maybe I would eat it, maybe not, depends how it's cooked, for example. Then we have there's nothing to eat, like for example there are some fishes that are only bones that there's really nothing to eat, like meat wise. Of course you can make like fish bone soup or something, I don't know if that's a thing. And then we have so fucking disgusting, I would never eat that in a million years. That's it. That's a tea. So yeah, the first fish we have here is the grotesque mackerel. Now this fish looks like it sleeps with its mouth open with that jawline, you know. It does look like a meaty fish. It does have meat and everything. It's not completely gross, so I would say it's okay. Next up we have the lumpy mackerel. Now this already looks fucking gross, and especially those lumps. Like what are those? I don't know. It maybe has a lot of meat or a lot of insects inside, so I'm putting it in. Just the lumps are disgusting me, so fucking disgusting. I'm not gonna eat that shit. Then we have many-eyed mackerel, which is again pretty normal. You can make those eyes to be like a fish-eyed soup or something, so I'm giving it a it's okay rating here. Then we have the all-seeing cod, again pretty normal, has a lot of meat, and the eyes are kind of disturbing me, but it's not a turn off. Is that a thing to say about food? Turn off? Well, yeah, I'm just putting it in the it's okay pile. Like, it's food, you can cook it, that's it. Also, we have like fucking 60 fishes to go, so I'm trying to be talking kind of fast. And the next one we have is fanged cod. Again, it has a lot of meat. The fangs are not my thing, but otherwise it's very cool, so it's going to the it's okay pile again. Then we have the three-headed cod, and I think this would be good in the fish head soup. I think that's a thing at least. So again, it's very eatable, and I honestly think this is one of the least disturbing ones. Like, it only has 3 heads. I think most of fishes and most animals also can grow 2 heads. So honestly, since it's the most normal, I'm putting it so fucking yummy because I'm just imagining it tastes like cod. So then we have a brood squid that looks fucking gross. I don't know what that liquid is, and I don't want to know. It looks disturbing, like a witch's soup or something, so definitely not gonna eat this one. It looks fucking gross. No thank you. And the same goes with this one. Look at those fucking teeth, and it doesn't look like it has a lot of meat in it, so I'm also putting it in the so fucking disgusting. Not gonna eat that. 0 out of 10. And that was the snack squid. I forgot to mention that. Then we have the barbed eel. It looks normal, I think. I have never tasted eel. I don't know how it is. I imagine it's very slimy, very slippery. That's a maybe for me, you know? Like, I don't know. Since it's slimy and everything, I probably don't want to eat it, but I think it's edible, so yeah. Then we have the host eel. Now, I don't know what it is hosting. Is it hosting a surprise? A delicious thing? Well, just because I don't want to take the risk, I will put it in the so fucking disgusting, because I feel like it doesn't go to nothing to eat because it has something to eat, but I just don't want to risk it and get another disease or something. Then we have the cyclopean flounder. Again, this looks very normal, just the eye is disturbing. I think that's okay. I've never tasted flounder, so I will just put it in the it's okay pile. Trypophobia warning. This one is called a riddled flounder, and by the looks of it, it looks fucking disgusting. Like, what are those holes? It looks like an apple, you know, after worms have eaten some holes in it. So maybe this also has some like a disease or just some worms in it. So It's again a risk, or if it's just like a fashion choice for the fish, then I will put it in the maybe pile. Maybe, I'm not too sure, but it will go there for now. Then we have the tusk groper. Again, it looks very friendly, very disgusting with the teeth. Without the teeth, it looks very meaty. So I'm thinking it's a maybe for me. Yeah, maybe feels good. Then we have voltage scrapper. I don't know why it's glowing, and it looks like a skeleton, kinda. So I'm thinking, is this like a very deep fish, you know, that you find in like billions of meters, like underwater, where nobody fucking goes. So we don't know how it tastes like, and who is gonna taste it? Definitely not me. So I'm saying it's like not disgusting, it looks cool, but is there really anything to eat with it? I wouldn't actually say so, because what is that green goop? I'm not gonna eat it, so I'm gonna put it nothing to eat, even though you can probably like boil the fins and whatever, but I'm not gonna do that. Then we have shard ray. Now I don't know if you can actually eat rays. I don't think so, but let's imagine that we are in this game and people just eat whatever. Are these like stones or bones or whatever? It looks very spiky. I mean, it does have the fins, so I'm imagining that you can eat the fins, but I imagine it's very like hard to bite, very chewy. I'm just gonna put it again in the nothing to eat section, just to be sure. Now, of course, if you disagree with some of the choices I make, this is just my opinion based. You can also leave down in the comments, what would you eat? I don't know, I feel like this is a random video to make, but nobody else has done it and I wanted to do it, so here we are. Leave down in the comments which ones you would eat. Anyways, the next thing is shallow shellfish, which I believe is like a swordfish. I don't think people eat short fishes, but this one looks normal. It has nothing on it and it's only like a red eye, maybe some fangs, that's about it. So I imagine that it's good. So I would put it in the so fucking yummy section. Again, this is just imaginary. These are not actual fishes. I mean, they are, but not these aberrations. So beta, don't come after me. Then we have bloodskin shark. Again, people cannot probably eat sharks. But again, this looks very normal. So I would put it in the maybe pile. Then we have the cleft mouth shark. This looks kind of disturbing. I imagine that most of it is like mouth and less of it is meat. This, I would say this would go into the maybe pile again, facing the Ataru shark. Then we have gnashing perch. Don't know if I pronounced that right. Yeah, I would not eat this based on the fact that its face looks like that. And it's very small. And I don't even like muiku. What's that called in English? They're very small fishes, so I imagine this would be cooked in the same way that you would just cook it with the bones and everything. So I definitely not gonna eat this, it's fucking disgusting to me. Then we have flayed mackerel. Again, mackerel is a safe choice, but this one looks like it's riddled with diseases again. So definitely not gonna fucking eat that, sorry. Then we have bearded mackerel. I mean, come on. Dude's just growing November beard. This dude is just trying to make a fashion statement. So yeah, I think you could make something like decorations out of his beard and then, you know, the rest of it would be kind of good. So just put it in the so fucking yummy section. Then we have scouring bass. Again, these eyes are kind of disturbing me, but I think you could pop those eyes and make some like soup out of them. Is that a thing? I don't know. But that's what I'm guessing, and it's going to the maybe pile just because of the fact that it depends how it's cooked, okay? Then gelatinous stonefish. I don't know if it's completely made out of stone, so let's imagine it is. And based on that fact alone, there's nothing to eat. I'm not gonna eat fucking stones. Then we have decaying blackmouth fish. Yeah, it's just color, so I would put it in the so fucking yummy section because I don't see anything like else in it. Like it's not rotting, it doesn't have huge bulgy eyes like this one, so I think it's okay. It would be so fucking yummy. Then we have the sprouting eel, which I believe is like crystallization. Let me actually check this, because I remember seeing this in the game and it said that it's crystallization. An eruption of crystallization grows burst from its skin. Yeah, so it's like crystals, and I'm not gonna eat crystals even though this looks cool. So it's going to the nothing to eat pile. Like, it's not disgusting, it's beautiful, but just the fact that it's crystallized stone, then no. And then we have another ray. This is a withered ray. It looks spooky. It looks like it has been skinned alive, and then like the veins and everything is looking. So this already looks disgusting. So based on the looks, I'm not gonna eat it. Sorry, nothing to eat pile. Oh wait, my character is in the way. Let me put it just here. You already know what we've been through. Then we have translucent surgeon, which I imagine that it's not actually translucent or transparent or something like that. So I imagine this fish has like the scales that luminance against the light, and then they look transparent or translucent. So I imagine that's again a fashion choice for the fish. So I would say it's so fucking yummy and pretty as well. You know, it would be like Gordon Ramsay meal. I'm actually gonna put these ones to the same because they're both called shattered wreckfish and bony wreckfish. So they are both, I imagine, completely bone, unless it's like from the outside, like fungus, and then on the inside it's like flesh. This looks more bony to me actually. But based on this fact, there's nothing to really eat, and also based on the fact that it's hard to peel and everything, I'm just gonna put it in the nothing to eat pile here next to the other stony fishes. There we go. Then we have a Ferrellian jellyfish. Do people eat jellyfishes? Aren't they like stingy? So I imagine this is also stingy. And based on that fact, well, I would say actually maybe. I'm just gonna do a hot food take on Dredge and say maybe for this fish. Maybe if it's dead, it won't sting, or maybe the sting brings like extra flavor, you know. It's also pretty. Again, Gordon Ramsay 5-star Michelin meal. We love her. Cursed fangtooth. It's again kind of the same as this one. It's really, really small. It has more fangs than meat, and I think it's cooked the same way as moikku. So based on that fact, it's a no for me. Then we have the void eye, which I believe goes in the same category as this one, that you could actually cook the meat that it has very little, and then you can pop the eye and make some soup out of it. So I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile next to this one. Then we have a radiant squid. Now I would like to believe this is again the same as the translucent surgeon fish. I would say it's so fucking yummy because I know people eat squids. I have never actually tasted myself, and I probably never will. I mean, who knows? I did make a deal with myself that if I go to another culture, I will taste all the foods, even though I'm a vegetarian, you know, because food is part of the culture. Then we have blood snapper. I imagine it's mostly blood, and there's actually a Finnish food called rämsoona, which has a lot of blood in it. So it's basically like perfect for Finnish food, I would say. So I would say so fucking yummy based on those facts, that Finnish people would just take this fish and actually make it like a rämsoona type of fish soup, like a fish soup. Then we have a ruptured vessel, which looks like a fucking bedbug, or those things that, you know, lurk inside, like microscopical, very, very tiny, you can barely see them, kind of bugs that live on your skin and everything. It looks like an insect, so I don't want to eat it. No thank you. Then we have perished loose jaw. I will just straight up say this has nothing to eat because it looks mainly like it's bony and most of it is jaw. So that's a no for me. And again, this one, calcified snailfish. Calcified. So that means it has a hard shell, maybe soft inside, kind of like a crab, I imagine. Now I'm imagining maybe, but it goes in the same category as this one. It's a hard choice. Actually, I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. You know, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. I will give it a chance. I will give it a benefit of a doubt that it's like crab, you know, that you crack it and then something soft comes out. Then we have consumed crabber. Buddy, are you okay? Like, he looks so fucking depressed. Like, he's ready to be fucking eaten. But I don't think I'm gonna eat him because it looks like it's empty. It's like skeleton with broken skin. So I would imagine the inside has nothing to eat. So let's put him there behind my head. Then we have a Medusa octopus. People do eat octopuses, I imagine. So otherwise it looks normal except the hands. So I will put it in the it's okay pile. You know, that people can eat it, but they have to just, you know, cut off the heads of the hands. if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's okay for me. Then we have bursting anglefish. No, I'm not gonna eat this based on the looks and based on the fact that I don't really like anglefishes to begin with. Then savage barracuda. Do people eat barracudas? I don't know, but it looks very scary. Scary to eat and kind of disgusting. Like, what's the purple thing? Is it blood of the fish or what? I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. Maybe it's good, maybe not. Okay, we still have a couple of more left, actually 20 I think. So let's speed up this process. Then we have this fucking hentai shark. Again, people probably don't eat sharks, but in this DREDGE universe, I think they do. So I think this is okay to eat based on the fact that you can just cut off the eyes. Then we have Edwined mullet, and I think it goes to the same category as the other one. So it's good for me. With the bearded barracuda, not barracuda, bearded mackerel. They are buddies. They hang around. They are like, oh yeah, I grew up this mustache or mullet or whatever. So they are good. Then we have blister tarpon. Oof. That's already the name itself and my reaction says enough, so no, I'm not gonna eat that. Then we have vortex interloper. I imagine that's a void fish, like kinda the same as this, but it has a void in the middle. So I don't think there's nothing to eat and I'm too afraid to eat it, so I will just put it here. Then Gluffingar. It looks okay, you know, if you just take off the other stuff. So yeah, I think it goes to the okay section of the rating system. Then we have twinned eels. Again, I think this is fine. Just take off the heads and you're good to go. You're good to eat them. Then we have nightfin catfish, which looks very, very cool and very, very yummy. So I will put it here. I think it would be good. Again, 5-star Michelin food. Then we have ossified seraphim. I don't know what ossified means. Ossification. Also called osteogenesis and bone mineralization. Oh, like osteoporosis. Yeah, okay. I think it's bone. It looks mostly bone, so I'm guessing there's nothing to eat with this one either. Then we have infernal eel. Looks gross. I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile because if you take out the head and ignore the fact that it looks gross, then I think it's very meaty and you can eat it. Then we have serpentine mackerel, which I think is completely fine. I would think it's good, so I put it in the so fucking yummy section here. Then the face gate. This is gross. It looks like a Wendigo, not gonna lie. There's nothing to eat. It's just bone and skin. So yeah, it goes to the nothing to eat section. Then we have wrapped shark. It's kind of odd, but I think, well, it's mostly teeth here. Has some meat here, I would assume. So maybe pile. Yeah. Then twisted shark. Again, bro just has fucking scoliosis, so I think that's okay, and I think we can ignore the fact that it has scoliosis. I think it's harder to cook, but I think it's fucking yummy. Most normal fishes out there in these aberrations. Then we have anchovy king. No idea what this means. Is it like 3 anchovies in one or something? It looks very suspicious. I'ma put it in the maybe pile. Then we have razor mouth tuna. People love tuna. I also have eaten tuna. I forgot to mention that. Not only salmon. So I think it's okay. It's okay. Again, tuna is not very healthy for you if you keep eating it all the time, but if it's cooked, it's okay. Then we have this creeped viperfish. It looks dead. It looks like it has nothing inside. Head empty, nothing. So I'm gonna put it in the nothing to eat section. Then we have whatever the fuck this is. Collapsed viperfish. No, based on the look, I'm not gonna fucking eat it. It looks gross. It looks like a snail, like a fucking demon snail. So no, thank you. Then we have a skeletal moonfish. I'm imagining that this is actually like bone and skin because it doesn't say translucent or whatever. Let me check the thing. Returning bones, still operating ghostly body. Yeah. It's only bones and skin, so I will put it in the nothing to eat pile. Then we have congealed rat tail. Looks gross. Looks like it has some diseases inside, so I will just put it in the so fucking disgusting section. Not gonna eat that. And lastly, charred sunfish. It looks like it's already cooked. It looks like it's crispy and you can just take like bites of it and it's very crunchy and everything. So I would like to imagine that it has already been cooked by the sun. Let's see here. Scales chipped and flaking. Its crackling body is hot to the touch. I would like to imagine that it's already cooked. So I would say it's okay. That you can just take it out of the water, it's already cooked, maybe just dry it off a little and then you're good to go. You know, free meal on the go around the ocean. And yeah, this is my final rating for these things. If you disagree or if you agree, type down in the comments. This was kind of out of the pocket idea for a video, but if you liked it, subscribe, like and comment. It helps me out a lot. So yeah, thank you for watching. Rem out.